It's a decent size, and it will raise it up a good bit. I mean, the car is not on the ground. The car is about, it's a good 5 inches off the ground there. And so the rocker would be down here. So it'll bring it up maybe almost another foot. Just like, there's the bottom of the rocker. Problem is, though, that the car is just going to fit between those unless I figure out a way to extend that. Which I think I can. If I snug this in, there is quite a bit of adjustment. Can't just bolt a 2x4 to it, though, because it's skinny at the ends. So I'll probably just put flat plate down here, extend the top out to about here. So what is that, about 2 inches? And then box it in and then gusset it off of here. I think that might be the only option. And then I'll be able to bolt straight to this. So I don't think I want to recreate that whole thing. I probably should just extend it. I thought about just doing a piece that bolts onto here, but then it's going to create a shear point. But if I have a flat piece that goes across, a flat vertical piece that bolts to it, then it keeps it from twisting. And then a secondary support from here that keeps it toward. The only thing it could then is bend. And so if I don't want it to bend, I can then, from here, gusset it. And I think that'll work. Or I might just do the opposite of this and do another, well, not the opposite, but create another U here, and then come across between the two pieces and weld that to it. Should be exciting. Annoying that something that was supposed to be off the shelf and adjustable is just too big. And it's not even, I mean, it is a small car, but it's not that small. So I definitely want to get that fixed up and welded and secured before I start doing the reassembly. But the disassembly part, I could probably get by, and I've got a bunch of 2x4s. So if I go and run maybe 6 2x4s across there, and so when the car rests here, it's not really going to shear off, especially if I put a doubler plate under that. Or, I don't know, I got to figure something out. I could probably bolt several 2x4s across this, and then bolt through this, do the 2x4s. That way it'd be very sturdy, but it wouldn't look very good. Well, there we go. That's my lift. You can't really get a good shot of it in the garage, but once it goes under the car, it should be pretty good. Well, other than there is the, I suppose there is the other option, which is cut about 6 inches out of the middle of everything, which is how they make the 3-in-1 adjustability. But I don't have an easy way to cut and rejoin that steel rod that goes between the two gearboxes. So not only would I have to cut every bit of solid frame on this, I have to cut and rejoin the which isn't hard. I mean, to cut this, that wouldn't be hard at all, which is tempting if it wasn't for that having to cut that 12mm rod that runs through this little channel. Well, if I do cut it, I don't know if this would fit the Alfa. So I'll have to take some measurements on the Alfa. If I can get both cars to fit on this by just extending the platforms out a bit, I think that's the best option. You know, I mean, someone worked really hard to design this for whatever car it fits really well. So I guess I'll stop rambling. But yep, that's what I'm looking at. It looks like it works great, and it probably does work great if the car fits straight on it. I just have a teeny car.